Now when we're adding and subtracting integers, it's really a lot more simple than people like to think. It's a matter of just making some sort of connection with how the numbers are moving. I like to think of temperature, and that's what helped me kind of really understand how integers work going out. Do they go up? Do they go down? When's it positive? When's it negative? So we're going to think about temperature while we're doing these, and there's really 3 steps that I use. Get rid of the brackets if it helps. Number 2, which is basically an optional step, so that is optional. But if it helps you, this is an optional step. You can rearrange the equation. And then think about on a thermometer afterwards, are these numbers going to make it warmer or colder? So if we look at some addition examples, we have -4 plus 4. Now, you look at that, oh, how does the negative work? Well, what if we, and you're allowed to do this with plus and minus. You can change the order of plus and minus. I'm going to put the +4 here and the -4 here. So just switch positions. You can even put the plus sign here if you want, but it's not needed. So that plus sign is not needed. What is 4 minus 4? Well, that's just 0. Well, -4 plus 4 is 0. You're allowed to rearrange these equations like this. So if you take a look at the next one, we got to get rid of brackets in this one. We got some brackets. Well, what does the operation, does the bracket mean there? Well, that means multiplying. So going back to our multiplying lesson, we said that when the signs are different, the answer is negative. So this is the same as 5 minus 6. The signs here are different in the multiplication, so it's a negative. So 5 minus 6. And now in this case here, 5 minus 6 is going to be lower than 0. So thinking about on a thermometer, if it's 5 degrees out, so it's positive 5 degrees out, and it goes down by 6 degrees. So it goes down 6 from 5, and it's going to go down all the way to 0, and that's going to get us on a number line. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, -1, -2. So right here, we're going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5 minus 6 is going to end up being -1. Now, you could also think of this in the opposite light. We could rearrange that if it helps and say that that's -6 plus 5. Those are the same equation. And -6 plus 5, if it's -6 out and it gets 5 degrees warmer, then it's going to go up to -1. It would go up the thermometer to -1 in that case. So these can be rearranged. And I know it's confusing at times. It just takes some practice with it. You do need, if you just kind of practice and think about it on how it's moving on the thermometer, it will get a lot easier. In the case of C here, we have 7 plus -8. So again, we have that multiplication here. So that can be changed into 7 minus 8. -7 minus 8, because the signs are different. So we have -7 minus 8. It's -7 out. It's going to get 8 degrees colder than 7. What's 8 lower than 7 on the thermometer? We're going to go down the thermometer from our -7 degrees. It's -7 degrees Celsius. It's going to go down 8 degrees. So that's going to take us down another 8 from 7, which is -15. And then if you're just adding positive numbers, 6 and 4 are going to be 10. Be right back with the subtraction examples. So with our subtraction, again, we use the same set of procedures. We have -8 minus 9 in our first one, so it's -8 degrees out, and it's going to get 9 degrees colder, so it's going to go down 9 degrees on the thermometer. If it goes down 9 degrees from 8 on the thermometer, it's going to go all the way down to minus 17. In the next case, it's at minus 10 degrees Celsius. So if we're at minus 10 degrees Celsius, and then we're going to add 9 to that, we're going to go up 9 on the thermometer. So if we're going this way, the temperature is needing to get warmer, meaning that we need to be at -1. And now when we have, again, our brackets with the two negative signs side by side, that means times. So when we're multiplying those two negative signs together, they become a positive because they're the same. So we have 9 plus 11. 9 plus 11 is simply 20. And in our last case, again, multiplying those negative signs, -12 plus 14. So it's minus 12 out, and it's going to get 14 degrees warmer. So that's going to put us above 0. It's going to put us 2 degrees above 0. So when you're doing these, try and think of it as if you're moving on a thermometer. If you need to, draw yourself a little thermometer, draw a number line, count them out, even if you have to go -12, -11, -10, and work your way up until you get comfortable with these. Draw yourself a little chart so you can count those out. But if you think about it along with the thermometer, it should make a big difference in your success.